what I've just written. I don't know why the connection seems to be playing up. Hopefully this will keep. I don't know. Is this going to work? I'll carry on and I'll get rid of this if it really doesn't work. We were designed at two levels. And that's why materialism is the great thief. This is a lie. We're not just higher animals. We're not just beings that work on five material senses. I mean, how do you explain an entrepreneur's hunch? How do you explain a mother in another room suddenly dashing in to the lounge or something because got an inner sense that something's going on with the child? There's no sound, there's no material sense for that. It's just an inner knowing. How do you explain that one away? So it's total rubbish, this 5 sense thing. We are spirit beings. Nevertheless, Jesus spent 30 years getting the natural realm under his belt in the Father. Then he was baptized in the Spirit and learned the protocols of his master's house, or Abba Father. He trained a pioneer 12 in both Zoe life, or heaven-originated natural living, and in the brand new priesthood that was not Levitical. So the 12 learned 30 years of life skills of God come in the flesh, plus new Holy Spirit priesthood protocols, freshly learned by Jesus himself, but admittedly down to the wire with their crucified and resurrected teacher. I mean, that's radical. In only 42 months. Ecclesia was this brand new vessel in the earth of 12, 1 John 2, Father level co-teachers and miracle workers, training the 120 and the thousands of new believers in the new and living way. This living process, which is revival presence, based just as the Old Testament wilderness people were, with a pillar of fire and pillar of cloud, is described in Revelation 12 as a woman being overshadowed by the Holy Spirit to bring forth a man-child. And the begetting is in two forms: birthing new born-again believers and forming Galatians 2:20 believers, this time in their souls, as their new spirit man grows into the whole of their life. The mystery of Ecclesia, lost for generations, is the formation crucible described in 1 Corinthians 12, and particularly in the 3 verses listed in the first bits. The Holy Spirit contributions from all, could be anyone in the congregation, led by the Holy Spirit to give a supernatural gift, to give a prayer motivated by the Holy Spirit, a new teaching, new verse, sing a song. Then there's a whole series of diverse ministries which the Holy Spirit calls on. These are already grounded and recognized people in the Spirit by the congregation who are led to bring forth a wide variety, wide spectrum, all the things we need in the Spirit to grow. Maurice Cerullo used to do schools of ministry, and I see this as actually that should be normal church every week in every location. So, So these two forms of begetting. So birthing newborn again believers and then forming Galatians 2:20 believers, this time in their souls, as the new spirit man grows into the whole of their life. The mystery of ecclesia, lost for generations, is the formation crucible, sorry, I read all this, haven't I, of 1 Corinthians 12. And I said all the contributions. Sorry, my eyes went right away from what I'd written already there. Let's get the old two fingers. I'm using a laptop. So all of this plus communion in chapter 11, and I am puzzled by the head covering still. It'd be kind of easy raising up a new church in a Muslim country because there is nothing else. It's the understanding of head coverings for the women. But how does it work in our culture now that women are taking on responsibilities that were formerly only men? Do we return right back? Do we put the genie back in the bottle? Anyway, what we are doing is following the Holy Spirit. So all these things, chapter 11, plus the revelation of how different the body parts are, that's in 1 Corinthians 12:14-26, are the training in the single eye we lost in Genesis 3. Then were their eyes open. Seems like a good thing, except all the things that weren't God led nowhere, led up cul-de-sacs and got us all bound. So that's why we're learning a single eye. God is the only source of life anywhere. So who is ready for real ecclesia? Real single eye training, real Jesus loving and following. And one ecclesia under one head, emerging and manifesting in every location. Our generation got to we got to second level churches quite quickly, but we had no third level as skilled in the Zoe living as in heavenly protocols. So that's where we're going, is it not?